It's Wednesday, the 8th of July, 2015. This is a chart for Western Areas Resources. They're the largest pure nickel producer on the ASX. Market cap's about $700 million, I think. Just overnight, the nickel price declined by 9%. So Western Areas is really getting smashed today. I haven't, this chart's a day out of date, but I've drawn in here where it's roughly going to close for today. It's at the moment it's about 290 on pretty reasonably high volume. Long-term chart for this one is very consistent. When I say that, I guess I've followed this stock for 3 or 4 years now, and it's quite it repeats patterns quite often. If you see, you can see this move here before the financial crisis. This is when nickel prices really went berserk a few months before the financial crisis, and then came crashing down. But this range here was repeated 1, 2, 3 times. If we show it again, that not quite that time, but yeah, it's very, very consistent performer, I guess. The company itself is quite a low-cost producer, and is also has good exposure to the Australian dollar. I think they've got some of the best leverage amongst mid-cap resource stocks to a falling Australian dollar. Just in the last couple of years, we've seen this sort of ultimate low that it came down to about 18 months ago when the nickel price was declining below $6 a pound. And then Indonesia announced their export ban of laterite ore, which is the main source of supply for China. And that's what this tremendous run was, from $2 all the way up to $5.50 in a few months. And since then it's been tracking down, and just in the last few months, with all the China worries, nickel price is actually below $5 a pound, which is, I think, almost to the GFC low, which I think was around $4. I think, yeah, $4.20 a pound from memory or so. So nickel price is getting really low, but Western Areas themselves have got very good balance sheet. They've just extinguished their remaining convertible bonds that they had, so they're debt free, and they've got pretty good cash generation. I guess even at below $5 US a pound nickel, though, they're still going to be struggling to create any significant cash. But I'm of the view that nickel price isn't going to be around very long. Nickel tends to be probably the most volatile commodity outside of gold, and that's partly why I think Western Areas chart has quite a lot of volatility for a company that's in production and quite a consistent producer. You can see that regularly you get these sort of 10 or 15 day moves where it might decline 20 or 30% and then bounce back, and that's kind of what we've seen now. And I'm thinking that this range here is a pretty good buying zone. If you look at the run up it had, there was a couple of different zones that it's come back and retested. So the first one here is where it found support around this 340, this historic sort of 345, 350 zone, and that was the breakout level from here on this good run. So it came back and retested that, and then again, at the moment, it's retesting this sort of area here around this support level. So I think this is a pretty good buying zone. Obviously, if the nickel price keeps declining and stays at these levels, Western Areas will probably fall further, but I think around this 280, 290 level, it looks good value if you're willing to hold, even if it declines a little bit further.